then dash off to the chairman because there is a vote. So I thought to ask him to say a few words before he leaves. Your Excellencies, Councillors, Lords, MPs, basically this is an event which is a stand-up reception for everybody who is already there and who will be coming here and seeing us. Raja Bijawal Sahab, just 2 minutes. I know Raja Sahab is always very kind. He wants to come and stand next to me. Okay, you want to stand. Thank you, councillors and everybody. Dave Anderson, this is only to welcome and start the new parliament. Third World Solidarity does a lot of events. And I can share with you the only one event, which will be the next event on 23rd, which Lord Qurban Sahib will say a few words at another time. But it will be on 23rd of June in next room, which is Atlee Suite, on the memorial meeting for Charles Kennedy. And we will be doing that under APPG with the support of Liberal Democrat Councillor. We have another meeting on in the memory of 9/11 on 9th of September. In this room, our keynote speaker will be Palestinian ambassador who will speak about root causes of 9/11. So there will be many events this year and next year, but we wanted to start it with a big bang, and thank you for coming. There are councillors, there are solicitors, there are barristers, there is everybody. I welcome Mia Sleep Saab from Reading. Now Reading is now very well represented. Can I ask Dave Anderson, Member of Parliament from Blaydon, number 1, congratulate him for increasing his majority. Number 2, through him to everybody who is elected or re-elected to this Parliament. We will work with them over the next 5 years to try to resolve some of the issues and carry on our work. Dave Anderson.
It's great to see so many friends here tonight and some people we have met before. We do what it says on the tin. Promote, support human rights, peace and justice through dialogue and debate. Whenever we meet, I always open the meeting by saying to people, we might not agree with you, but we will listen to you. That's how we work. And it's been positive over the last 9-10 years to do this. And we've got a big job because a lot of new faces in Parliament. We need to recruit them to come and get involved. What we say to people is, you raise the issue with us. We will not vet anybody unless it's something really, really ridiculously off the wall. We are made with everybody. Colombia, Cuba, Ethiopia, Pakistan, Kashmir, you name it. We've had people from all 4 corners of the world. Don't agree with everybody, but what we say in this place is to give people space to come and have their say and have a debate. And if we can help it, we will. That's the way we've always gone on. That's the way we intend to go on. Can I just say a special thank you to Mushtaq and Kefali for coming to the North East, but particularly for Sandra Satley, who I've known for 10 years now, nearly, who came and stayed with me and my wife for 8-9 days in the lead up to the election campaign, and we wore out. But she did tremendous work in every setting. My majority has gone from 5,000 10 years ago to 9,000, it was 14,000 this time. And it's about respecting people on the ground and working with them and putting ordinary people first. And that again is what we intend to do in this group by giving a platform, particularly for people who have come to this city and this country, many of them fleeing from persecution, destitution, slavery in some cases. And we give them a voice in here. We might not always be able to help them, but we always will try. That's where we intend to go on. I look at you for support, I look at you for ideas, to come and challenge us, say, you know, will you have a meeting with this, will you support people in that? We will do that. So, thank you very much for your ongoing support, and I'll now go and do the thing I get paid for, which is vote, but we'll get beat as well, but that's all. Thank you very much and take care. Thanks. Cheerio, folks.
Thanks much, Dave Anderson. And can I welcome a few people? The chairman of World Congress of Overseas Pakistanis, Sayyid Qamar Raza Sahab is here, Councillor Liaquat Ali from Walthamstow, councillors, many councillors, so I will not name everybody and anybody. Raja Chaudhry Mehboob from Redbridge, Christopher Buckmaster, the team, Third World Solidarity team, Executive Committee, and Raja Bijawal Sahab. His Excellency, as I said, Wali Shamsul Hasan Sahab, former ambassador, Salim Sahab from Reading, Raza, and all of you, welcome. Can I ask Lord Qurban Sahib, who is just been elected Vice Chairman of APPG on Third World Solidarity, to come and say a few words and also announce 23rd of June as well.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening to you all. Once again, welcome to our reception, annual reception of the Urban Solidarity, APPG. This organization has been in existence for a few years, and we are glad that we've been able to raise many issues around the world from this platform. It is our duty to raise the issues. However, we are saddened that in many cases, the voices that we raise, they go in vain. Nobody listens to them. For example, let me say that not only from this platform, but many other platforms, and even from the floor of the House of Lords and Commons, many issues have been raised of human rights violations around the world. And government, let alone any other government who is actually responsible or maybe are able to do something about them. Not that they have not been able to do anything, but our government has not been able to do enough to pressurize those governments, authorities to stop those violations and bring the culprits to justice. Many examples, and one of them that is close to my heart is Kashmir, where on the daily basis the human rights are being violated. The Armed Forces Special Power Act, which gives the Indian Army full control, do whatever you like. It's a license to kill, basically. And nowhere in India, other than Kashmir, these powers are being exercised for such a long time. I have to say, yes, these powers have been exercised for a short time, so a few weeks or months in some states, since 1952. But in Kashmir, since 1991, the armed forces have been given this license continuously, which has resulted in having more than 100,000 people being killed, tortured, and many of their bodies after torture have been found alongside the roads of Srinagar and other places. And there are mass graves, which are identified by independent bodies. Hundreds of them. And we have not the courage. My God, countries like the United States and the United Kingdom are not able to even raise it with India to say, let us be fair. Let us investigate who actually is buried under those unmarked mass graves. They were probably brothers, fathers, husbands of someone. There are thousands of women which are named as half-widows in Kashmir. Why they are called half-widows? Because their husbands have gone missing. They can't call themselves widows because they don't know whether they are killed or not. But they are missing for more than 20 years. Are some of those buried under those mass graves? We don't know. And this is the irony. The government that we represent here has not been able to even raise the issue. Not only that, those of us who continuously raise this issue, Indian government actually bars us from going to India. Not Kashmir, but elsewhere. Some of you may know. I was supposed to be part of an official delegation on behalf of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, led by the Lord Speaker, Speaker of House of Lords, only a few months ago. And all the program was set, information was given, tickets were in our hands and everything. But at the last minute, everybody else got a visa except me. Why? When the High Commissioner supposedly had been question. They said, well, we know this man's record, and we don't want to come to India. This is verbal, by the way. First, they refused completely to give any reasons. And our government has been so apologetic to India, so weak, that they couldn't stand and say, hang on a minute, this is not just an ordinary person, a member of our upper house, House of Lords, official delegation member, and we will cancel the visit if he doesn't become part of the delegation. Sure. That is what has been happening in the past, by the way. There has been occasions where other countries refused visa to certain members of the British delegations. Our country said, no, our delegation will not come to you, sir, if any members of our parliament are refused. And not in this case, because India is too big to say no to. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the issues that I have to say that we've not been able to do a lot, although it is our duty to keep raising them, and we will continue to raise them. Whether it's India, any other part, we will raise the issues of human rights. And at the moment, one of the biggest issues is Rohingya Muslims in Burma. Again, they are ethnically being cleansed, and the world doesn't want to say too much about it. The biggest problem is, and that needs to be recognized, the Muslims have been there for centuries, and the Burmese government does not recognize them as their nationals. They think they are foreigners. But how can they be foreigners if they have been settled in that part of the world for centuries? And yet, they are being tortured and attacked, and there are thousands of them on boats in the sea and looking for refuge. I could carry on with the other examples, but I'm sure Mr. Shari wants me to shut up. And I wouldn't want to take too much time. But what I'm trying to say is, we welcome you all. Many of you have taken part in debates and issues in the past, and we want you to continue to do that and supporting us, please. Thank you very much.
I want to especially welcome Rita Payne, the President of Commonwealth Journalists Association. I want to also especially welcome Gary McDonough, who is the Executive Director of Southside Chamber of Commerce, but also Dr. Ian McDonough. And particularly from Southside, there are many people. Ambreen Razia is here, who is a writer. She has written a stage play, as I said, and introduced you to many of you, on a diary of a Hounslow girl. And she played it last week, wonderful, in Oval House. The director of Oval House, Katie Milton, diplomat from Turkish Embassy, thank you very much for coming. And there are many more. So introduce to each other, carry on drinking and enjoying your food. Yasser was from, is it Guildhall? He's the event manager there. So please carry on. And at about 7:30, we will have a few more interventions when MPs after vote come in and are with us. So don't go, carry on. Reading, we are saying welcome as well. Thank you. To give them very warm welcome. Paula Sheriff from Dewsbury, Don Butler from Brent Central, and Ruth Cadbury from Brentwood and Isleworth. Can I also welcome Faisal from Kuwait Embassy, and special welcome to His Excellency Syed Ibn Abbas, High Commissioner of Pakistan. And because they are all three ladies.
3 cheers for Ibn Abbas, Excellency. 3 cheers.
Amanullah Khan is going to read a poem.
Recite a
All
poem.
three
Yeah.
ladies have spoken.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Look, there is a vote, so they are going to run. Vote or a German? Is it a vote or a German? Okay, that's good. So there, I know the rules, so don't worry. So I think if I can ask Ruth Cadbury, come here, Paula, Don Butler, and His Excellency Ibn Abbas to come next week, that we know that Rajasan, is your microphone now settled? Chris Dixon, very nice to welcome you. Chris says, are Blairite allowed to come here tonight? And I said there will be some conservative. Can I ask the conservative friends who are here, Christopher, Chaudhary, Councillor from Redbridge, Syed Kamar Raza Sahab, raise hand, all conservative. Shahid Yunus, Councillor from so there are a lot of even more Blairite than Blairite. So welcome, Chris is sitting at the back. So can I, first of all, I'll start from here, not the distance wise, but otherwise, because she is the nearest, and she was in, as I said, in Brentwood and Isleworth, and it is the nearest to our constituency. So I asked Ruth Cadbury to say a few words.
I'm very pleased to be here today, and thank you very much for your warm welcome. We are all three, two new MPs, and Dawn is experienced, so we are learning our way around the rules. But what I do know is the impact and benefit and purpose of all party parliamentary groups, of which this is one. The point of all party parliamentary groups is obviously they are all party, and they can be very influential and very important. So when we're talking about the issues of third world solidarity, raising the issues of oppression and human rights, the need to bring people together, the need to talk to governments, the need to support oppressed people, all party parliamentary groups in the UK Parliament can have a really valuable role to play. So you put together the concept of the all-party parliamentary group, you put together with the cause that you're fighting for, and you have a really powerful influential tool. So I wish you well. I hope that you use that tool, and I certainly hope to be part of it and look forward to joining the group and becoming and attending the meeting. So thank you very much.
While I was a councillor for coming here, so there are at least 10 councillors here from different boroughs. Leader of the Labour group was here. Andy Slaughter, can you come here next to His Excellency? Andy Slaughter is a member of Parliament from Hammersmith. Welcome.
Amazing. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here this evening, and I'm sorry we can't stay a little longer, but we do have another engagement straight afterwards. My name is Paula Sherriff, and I'm a newly elected MP for Dewsbury. And like Ruth just said, it's incredibly important that we have these all-party parliamentary groups. Clearly, there are many issues which divide us in politics, and that's often defined by our party politics. But there are issues which, frankly, politics transcends. And when we're talking about third world solidarity, that is an issue clearly that all of us as politicians, regardless of our colour or our party, should actually get involved with. I'm incredibly proud to obviously live in a constituency that has a huge diversity within its demography. I think, you know, together as politicians we have a duty towards everybody in the wider world to address inequality and injustices throughout the world. And I feel by working together that we have a much stronger chance of actually being able to achieve that than working separately. So equally I look forward to working with you all in the future. Once I've found my way around this building, that is of course. So thank you all very much for your typically warm hospitality, and I look forward to meeting many more of you over the coming months. Thank you.
Dawn Butler was in the Parliament from 2005 to 2010. She was Minister for Youth, and she has attended one or two of Third World Solidarity youth conferences previously. Usually, ladies and gentlemen, we don't call many speakers, but because this is a reception and I know speakers are very brief, I want to invite every MP to turn up and come here, and I'm hoping quite a few will come. Can I ask Dawn Butler, newly elected, second time elected in Brent Central with a huge majority of 19,000. Dawn Butler.
Thank you so much. At last somebody mentions my majority. It is, as Paula was saying and as Ruth was saying, that this is one thing that transcends political parties. in terms of we talk about humanity and we talk about equality. We talk about the rights for all. And we had a debate today on the floor of the House about climate change. And the thing is, climate change especially affects people in other countries more than it affects us that are using up the ozone layer. So it's really important that we continue with this APPG group. And it's always been a pleasure to attend the events and the meetings, especially when I see that you have as well young people coming up through the ranks. So it's a pleasure to be here, and thank you for organising, and thank you for inviting us to come here.
There is a very young writer, Amreen Razia. Could you raise her and read them? And I know she has just written a play on Diary of a Consul guy. Am I right? Here, Your Excellency, would you like to say a few words? Or it is always a pleasure to see you here. So come and say a few words. Your Excellency, and then Andrew Slaughter will come.
Oh, yeah. Excellency.
Andrew, let me introduce Andrew. Andy Slaughter was a leader of the Hammersmith Council. I was a councillor in Kensington, Chelsea. He is a local boy, and it was a pleasure to compete with him, because in our constituency it is a very strong Tory, I think 65th. So strongest borough, and I knew that Victoria Burke will win, and I hope she will turn up here. She was the deputy mayor. So I was spending a lot of time in Hammersmith, in Westminster North, Brent Central, in Ealing and other areas, and I had a pleasure to host a small dinner for Andy, and it was attended by very high-profile Labour ministers and MPs. So Andrew Slaughter, MP for Hammersmith and Shadow Minister for Justice.
Thank you very much. It is getting a bit West London centric. West London is a microcosm of the rest of the world, I think. So anybody who's been to Sheffield Bush or to Brent, or indeed to the House, and I was a very lonely Labour MP for the last 5 years, entirely surrounded by Conservative and Liberal Democrat MPs. And I've got Dawn, the North, and I've got Ruth, who you've heard from, and also Ruth Hutt, the MP in Central London. So I'm feeling much more comfortable and loved than before. Yeah, we are, despite our disappointments as Labour MPs at the overall result, we had an interesting result in London. And we're now, I think, firmly back in the spirit of things. And it's amazing how new MPs like Ruth have really taken to it like ducks to water. So today I've come from a housing debate about anybody here who has lived or has relatives who live in London who know it's an impossible thing to do to afford to live in London anymore with the prices that they are. To debate which we had about gypsies and travellers, men discriminated against group, and then I've just been in my justice role about an announcement the government did today announced more cuts in legal aid. Now that's you may think what links all those things together, and also with the theme of this evening, and to me it's inequality. People are saying to the Labour Party, stop talking about inequality, everybody talking about inequality, didn't get you anywhere. Well, I don't know about anybody else here, but I'm not going to start talking about inequality, whether it's inequality in our own country, the examples I've given, or whether it's our role in the wider world. So let's say one thing the Service did which is good, which is signing up to the 0.7%. I think that's the right thing to do, and David Cameron was to his credit defending that today in the House of Commons against very substantial opposition from his own backbenches. We have to realise that those of us who have the privilege that we have living in a country which is a wealthy country, which is a country that has a lot of resources and reserves, institutions to fall back in, have a duty around the world, particularly given Britain's legacy. And I'm also the Secretary of your party with Britain Palestine. We do a lot in that area, not only because we see need and we see injustice, but also because we see an obligation and a history which Britain has to justify. So I'm absolutely delighted to support this group. Just want to say thank you very much to Mushtaq, not just a friend, but is everywhere. I think he's here more often than I am. In terms of the work he does.
Oh, well said,
Nobody could be a better networker.
Well,
but networking in the right way, which is making sure the right people meet the right people, and we get a lot of good done through those kind of things. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Well said.
Just to the West London MPs and local MPs, can I tell you, the first speaker was Dave Anderson from Braden, so Khalid Mahmood from Birmingham. So there were some people, Rajam Kumar was here as well. So can I now invite His His Excellency. And Andy, as he has just mentioned, he has visited Gaza. He was the chairman of Labour Friends of Palestine. Palestinian ambassador will be speaking here on 9th of September. If everybody can put it in your diaries. The root causes of 9/11. His subject, and he will be only one speaker, and then everybody else can contribute. His Excellency Sayyid Ibn Abbas.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lashari, for providing me this opportunity to come and meet the honourable members of Parliament. Some I know already, and others who have been elected, and to be able to felicitate them on their election or re-election, and also to be among some friends. It's a wonderful. Though I slightly feel out of place in the galaxy of the members of Parliament and in being in the Parliament itself, which I'm sure is going to do a very important work in the near future.
You are one of the stars of the galaxy.
Thank you very much. So I have a personal experience that APPG, Third World Solidarity, has done a lot of important work in the previous session tenure of the Parliament, and we look forward that this very important forum will continue doing good work for the causes which are very dear to all of us, and we look forward to working very closely with yourself, sir, and Dave Anderson, the chair of the group, and I'm sure the important work you have been doing in the past will continue, and we would like to sort of join you for all the right things you are doing, and hopefully we'll all be benefiting from your leadership and the direction which this group will be giving to all of us. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, there are representatives from Kuwait Embassy, there is a representative from Turkish Embassy, there are other representatives, His Excellency, former High Commissioner of Pakistan. Can I just ask our Third World Solidarity Central Executive Committee members to just raise hands? Sandra Setley, Christopher Buckmaster, Kifale Alma, and many others. You can speak to them about our work. Vice Chairman of APPG of Third World Solidarity, Qurban Hussain. Now, Amanullah Khan and Amreen Beta, can you meet His Excellency later on with Katie? And can I ask now, Amanullah Khan will not allow me to finish the meeting without him reading or saying something. Amanullah Khan is a founder member of Pakistan People's Party in Pakistan, most read person, so if you don't understand his English, that is my fault. Amanullah Khan.
Yeah. Excellency, a poet always speaks the truth. The whole truth, nothing else but the truth. And I never write poems, and I dedicate it to the cause of Third World Solidarity. And I now recite, whenever I come to the Houses of Parliament, on the Thames, I catch a glimpse of the statue of Queen Boudica, if you know history. I do see Queen Boudica smiling at me. She is brave and knows how to fight the Roman Empire soldiers and not flee. Today she asked me again, are you going to Third World Solidarity? I said, yes, Your Majesty, I like those who oppose imperialism. I go there at the invitation of Honorable MP Dave Anderson and Chairman Mushtaq Lasha, who for the oppressed speak, think, organize, solidarity. I'm a poet. Why? Because they say the answer to aggression is Third World Solidarity. Now don't be confused, don't be afraid of the French Revolution. For liberty, equality, fraternity, and socialist equality. In fact, to all genres of barbarity, all in the imperialists unite in greedless solidarity. Not with greed. Answer is in fighting back in solidarity, for breaking the chains of capitalism and its naked greed and brutality. Mere shedding tears is not. Mere shedding security in total futility. Double standards, excellencies, past and present, and the ministers and other honorable gentlemen from the Lords, from the Commons. Salute to them. Double standards are ghastly, gory, garlanded, death traps, dissected living. I'm a poet, and when in Gujarat jail in 1968, when napalm was being thrown on innocent children, cradles, in wasteland, and on its every tree, I'm very fond of trees. I and the great Habib Jalib, the immortal Pakistani proletarians, people's poet, sang for wastelands to be free. The same were the dreams of great holy men. Shaheed Zulfikar Ali Bhutto too was murdered, like Che Guevara, the great, by CIA, by General Zia, mullahs, military and kangaroo court, judiciary. The same was the dream of the great Tony Benn and Ho Chi Minh, who worked once in London and sails the real history. All these brave anti-imperialist names, great persons, will live eternally. Queen Boudica, you fought against Roman Empire hopes to be free. Both these dedicated leaders of the famous Third World Solidarity. I mean the amiable, courageous Dave Anderson MP, who is not present today, unfortunately, and the fearlessly brave and socialistic Mushtaq Rashad are campaigning courageously against the new world order and imperialism's poison tree, and against the latest evil empire which prize upon innocence and all minds who want to remain free. How garrison, just a moment, how garrison nuclear surveillance states can be paragons of democracy? It's a question of mine. Mr. Mushtaq Ashawi, Mr. Anderson, salvation, I agree with you, does lie in solidarity of the oppressed. I do agree. And the passport, sir, excellencies, to freedom, to policymakers, and the passport to freedom and sovereignty lies in struggle and not in coalition of greed or gory greed. That's politics. That's not the solution. In fact, great Petrus Lumumba, Spartacus, great Tipu Sultan, Karl Marx, Tony Benn, Che Guevara, Ho Chi Minh, all wanted freedom and sought to break the chains of human bondage through class struggle and solidarity. Your pattern. My salute, sir. Excellency. What's her name? Your Sandra. My salute to all unknown freedom fighters, peasants, workers. That is what the Third World Solidarity seeks through struggle and an indomitable will, resolve, and to make all nations free. And what is the taste after the last two sentences, the last two couplets? And what is the taste, fun of life if we live without honor, human rights, liberty, as fake democracy is spin and real barbarity? Last one only, and I'm leaving. I am never failing friend of people. Socialism, scientific socialism. I do think that only through real people solidarity, like the one you have formed, our dreams for liberty can surely become reality.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Manullah Khan Sahab. I want to welcome Lord Hamilton, who is just gone there, and I also want to welcome Raja Sikandar Khan, Senior Vice Chairman of Overseas Pakistan Solidarity. With this, can I ask you carry on mingling and talking to each other, and I hope